Man, get up here in the Zoloft and get your head right.
Hi there, and welcome to the Zoloft. Looks like we got an increase in winos with these millennials according to recent reports. Huh? Now, like it says in the book of Luke 17:27, as we look forward to the return of the Lord, it will be like the days of Noah, as people will be getting to eat on and to drink on and to marry on and so on. It will be like the days of Noah. What will make them associated with the wickedness of the days of Noah is that people will be seeking fulfillment in these things, while more and more are forsaking God and despising him. Stuck up, snooty people that think they're too good for God. Marriage is created by God, so it's not a sin. Trying to redefine it is. All the rainbows that we see today on parade are indicators of the sexual confusion, immorality, and perversions of Noah's day. The rainbow for Noah wasn't just a promise. It wasn't just a reminder for God either, but a prophetic reminder for us of the wickedness that was and will be again before the judgment by thunder. Look here, even though marriage isn't sinful, the problem with it is that people seek false fulfillment in it. This is idolatry, dang it. No gratitude for God or his guidance for a fruitful marriage equals marriages that are fragile. They expect to be fulfilled by their spouse, which is an unfair expectation, and they will treat each other cruel. They'll idolize their children, put their kids before their spouse and God. And a lot of times this ends up with leaving kids with broken homes. You hear it all the time, and you can almost always see it bring a curse on their marriage. The most important thing in my life are my kids. Man, the most important thing in my life are my kids, man. But I don't know where my ex expects me to get all this money for child support, man. Like I just got money to burn. The most important thing in my life are my children. Marriages usually don't hold up well with that mindset. The most important thing in your life should be the one who blessed you with the children. Next to that should be the one the Lord blessed you to have the children with. This demonstrates solidarity and security for your kids, and an example for them to grow up and value their spouse. Otherwise, it usually leads to divorce. The single parent ends up trying to assume the role of both mother and father. I had to raise you being both the mama and the daddy. And often this is done to spite the other parent, as if to show them and to twist the knife that they can raise them kids without them. It's no wonder we got people growing up being confused about their sex. Being raised with, I gotta be both the mama and the daddy. On a side note, it's weird how parents can be so gracious and forgiving when it comes to their knuckleheaded kids, even into their adulthood, but not the same level of patience and grace with the ones they created them with, and just throw that love away. They pretty much always think that it's the other spouse's fault. It was never nothing they did. Kids learn this stuff, and then we wonder why they grow up not being able to take personal responsibility and quick to blame other folks. These are just some things that happen when people marry for false fulfillment and without the word of God as their foundation. Does this happen with Christians? Yep. The devil gained influence in the garden of God. He can slide up into a Christian marriage too. But we also have the choice to let God influence our marriage also. So I recommend letting Jesus be the snake stomper in your marriage. Now, eating is not a sin. Seeking fulfillment in eating is a sin. The Lord said that it is written that man cannot live on wonder bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Bread only sustains us temporarily, even though the weight it puts on us seems to last forever. But the word of God sustains us eternally. But people seek fulfillment in eating, as we see the epidemic of obesity, eating disorders, and diet-related diseases. People are obsessed with food. Cooking shows are served up every flipping where. A sign of the times of people seeking false fulfillment in eating, drinking, and marrying. Shoot, food is straight up fashionable nowadays, and it's always on people's minds. You don't eat that? And then, of course, we got the drinking. I like wine too. I'm a biblical drinker. Bible says to eat, drink, and be merry. Not gorge yourself and get drunk. I can hear the pro-legalized drug people already. So, SLEDGE, even in the Bible, it says moderation is okay. Let me help you with something. When a person drinks wine with their food, doesn't mean they're drinking the wine for the purpose of getting drunk or to alter their state. The only reason to do drugs is to alter your state. You can drink wine with your food and not be apart from God. But a person who just drinks, chances are they're trying to alter their state, which puts them apart from God. A person who smokes weed, whether it's in moderation or whether it's a lot, you do it to alter your state. You still do it to get high, which separates you from God. Smoke it, snort it, or slam it. It don't matter if it's done in moderation or if it's done a lot. It will change your state and it will separate you from God. It's all for the purpose of getting high. A person who drinks wine with their meal isn't doing it to get high. But yes, you can abuse it, and this separates you from God. Now back to these millennials, the all about me generation. They are drinking so much wine, they are changing how it's sold. Millennials pride themselves on their pursuit of information, and like the wine they're drinking is going to their head, leaving little room for God. God isn't sophisticated enough for them. Yes, wine is what they need to satisfy their need to feel sophisticated. Even though Jesus was sophisticated to yield a masterful selection of wine in a moment, you know, that would normally take wineries years to render. Come on, man, when can I drink that? But they'll drink wine without reverence or remembering, or being grateful for the one who bled for us while the rainbow flags wave. Like the rainbow that followed the judgment of the same wickedness of Noah's day. And we don't learn, just like even righteous Noah didn't learn. Right after the judgment flood, the wickedness started again. Noah got drunk. Whoo, Lord, that was a heavy judgment that you poured out, man, and I thank you for saving me from it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go get drunk. Yep, the wickedness started all over again. Noah went on drinking wine without any regard for God, got his behind drunk, passed out butt naked, and his son Ham slipped into his tent, pulled an Al Franken on him. You gonna eat that?